We're the only national entity that is established to look at the problem of coal community economic transition. We're working in communities from Navajo Nation to Appalachia, so we see the big picture.
We're all going through the same things, power plant closes, coal mine closes, and the communities are kind of left with really chaos.
There's a lot of communities out there that maybe they hear the announced closure and are asking, what's next? Where do we start now?
It's kind of this $1 million question, I say, of can you transition a community before the last mine shuts down, before the crisis happens?
We can help answer those questions, and then thinking forward for what does economic diversification and equity and all those things look like.
A lot of our dependence on resource extraction was really forced on us by the federal government years ago. We have these power plants that were built on our lands, massive, right next to it. There's all these Navajo homes. Most of them have never had electricity, What is wrong with that picture?
I live on the high plateau of Black Mesa, and it's the only place in Arizona where coal is mined. That's using precious groundwater, the only source of drinking water for our people. We get about 8 inches of rainfall a year. This is our only access to water. It's not an easy way to live, and this is right here in America, and this is right here in Arizona.
For every direct job that is lost at a power plant or coal mine, the community loses 4 more indirect jobs.
In this moment of transition, we can make those jobs more accessible to everybody who lives in our community and not a select few.
We make grants, that's a big part of our work, but on the other side of the equation, we provide direct transition planning support to these communities.
We see our role as being able to say there are places that have thought through these things. While each community is unique, there are also scalable tools and models that we have seen work, and so that we can provide that to say, you're not alone.
We are not going to build durable public support for climate solutions unless we take care of the communities that are hit first and foremost in this transition.
Compared to a lot of other ways in which I've seen economic transition funded, the Just Transition Fund really does value folks who are directly impacted leading the work.
We focus really hard on building trust. Our partners on the ground are really the experts.
We're part of the National Energy Transition Steering Committee, and that's been a very empowering experience for us to have a voice in a national conversation about policy and the reinvention of our communities in ways that are the most empowering for the people here in West Virginia. If it weren't for JTF, we wouldn't be at that table.
That national narrative that we hear about people really waiting for coal to come back, that's true in small pockets, but that's not the case, writ large in these communities. People in these places, they see the writing on the wall. They know what's coming.
There is a path that can center working people. It's a vision, it's a dream I feel like we can achieve in my lifetime, but it's still an uphill battle.
I want so much for the Navajo Nation. I think we still have a chance.
Folks are very scared, and the pain is very real. And yet I sense a greater willingness than ever before to reinventing ourselves and an openness to charting a new path forward.